A warm welcome to Bhutan This Week, our weekly news magazine program with me, Sharab Dorji. Our top stories this week: the Anti-Corruption Commission suspends Chief Executive Officer and the Executive Director of the Royal Insurance Corporation of Bhutan. Regular drug tests to be carried out for airlines crew members in the country. And rearing sheep is becoming difficult for farmers in Bhutan. The Anti-Corruption Commission issued a suspension order to the Chief Executive Officer and the Executive Director of the Royal Insurance Corporation of Bhutan. The Commission found that they were allegedly involved in a case concerning collusive practices surrounding the investment of RACV's fund of over 100 million Newton in Nubri Capital Private Limited. Nubri Capital is a private fund management company approved by the Royal Monetary Authority in 2012. The Commission has the ground to believe that there is likelihood of available evidence or witness being influenced, tampered or removed, thereby impeding the investigation proceeding. The two will be suspended until further notice. The issue came in the limelight after Commission received Audit Report 2015 and an anonymous complaint last year. The Anti-Corruption Commission is investigating an embezzlement case allegedly involving an ATM teller of Punjab National Bank Limited. According to the bank, the teller who loads money in the automatic teller machines has allegedly embezzled about 10 million Newton from its various ATMs in Thimphu.
According to the bank, the teller embezzled money from its ATMs by manipulating figures in the system while reloading money in the machines. Each ATM can hold about 3 million Newton. The issue came to limelight when the management started receiving several complaints from its customers on frequent breakdown of their ATMs. The management found that the machines were running out of cash faster, although the system was up to date. Later, while carrying out the physical verifications, the management realized that the teller has embezzled cash from the machines by setting up false information on the system. The management says there could be others involved in the crime, as a minimum of 2 people should be present while reloading cash in the ATMs. The bank has 9 ATMs within Thimphu. The Anti-Corruption Commission says the suspect embezzled cash over the last 5 years. The suspect has been suspended from the office since May this year. Meanwhile, the bank is encouraging the people to inform the bank on any problems related to the banking services to avoid such issues in the future. This is Changa Doji for BBS News.
Recently, people have been sharing concerns on social media over international calls they are receiving from a country calling code 257. Some complained with the telecom operators that they receive several missed calls, and when they try to call back, their balance gets deducted.
Many people received missed calls from several numbers with the calling code 257. Bhutan Telecom said people anxiously call back to such numbers and they are charged the international call rate. 257 is the calling code of Burundi, a country in Africa. Telecom officials, however, added such calls can be made from any country and is difficult to trace since the calls are made through voice over internet protocol. It is a technology that allows you to make voice calls using internet. Tashisel also received similar complaints and traced 2 different numbers to Burundi and Congo. They have blocked incoming and outgoing calls to Congo, but only incoming calls from Burundi will be blocked because there are some Bhutanese living there. While some also said if one receives such calls, their money is deducted from the BOB mobile app. To put the whole matter to rest, we talked to the Bank of Bhutan.
There is no chance that they would be affected by that. Because our security systems are very high. The mobile application is also not directly linked to our core application. It goes through an application server between which we have very strong firewalls, so there's no chance that our systems would get hacked.
He also reassured by saying that they do not have automatic cross-border fund transfer arrangement, so even if the hackers are successful, the money will remain within the country, making it easy to trace. Meanwhile, telecom operators have sent alert messages to be cautious of such calls. Kiladem for BBS News.
Increasing number of people are availing themselves of the online payment service of the Road Safety and Transport Authority. Since its introduction in April this year, close to 400 people have used the service.
After the introduction of the system, the number of people waiting in line at the RSTA head office in Thimphu to make their payments has reduced. The online payment system has been used mostly by the civil servants. The records maintained with the Ministry of Information and Communications show the trend is rapidly picking up. When the service started off in April, only 14 transactions were carried out using the service. In June, it increased to 228. This time, within the first week of the month, 65 people have used the online service. As part of the service, people can pay fines, renew and replace driving license and vehicle registration certificate, among others.
Today, we are basically wasting a lot of time and resources to avail RSTA services. Firstly, you have to take leave from the office to go to RST. Then you'll have to drive your car, wasting some amount of fuel. Then you'll have to look for parking spaces, which is very limited in Thimphu. After that, you end up waiting in the queue, which takes some time. So now with online payment services, you can do it from your home at any time now.
For now, the service is, however, not completely prevalent. Along with keeping the service operational, the RSTA will be focusing equally on creating its awareness among the people. Pema Salinsring for BBS News.
The Ministry of Information and Communications will now monitor and carry out regular drug tests for the crew members of the country's 2 airline companies. This is following the recent incident where 3 crew members allegedly tested positive for the use of psychoactive substances.
Over an email interview, the Information and Communications Minister, D.N. Dungel, said necessary logistical arrangements have been established to carry out such drug tests in the future. There will be a dedicated testing room at the arrival terminal of Paro Airport. Crew members will also be sensitized on problematic use of alcohol and psychoactive substance, and arrangements have been made to procure approved testing kits. The Bhutan Civil Aviation Authority, or BCAA, has mandated the 2 airlines companies, True Care and Bhutan Airlines, to come up with policies for prevention of problematic use of alcohol and psychoactive substance. Meanwhile, the 3 crew members who allegedly tested positive for use of psychoactive substances are grounded and their aviation documents suspended. They can, however, apply for reinstatement to their service. The BCAA will examine if they are medically fit to resume duty. The Aviation Authority has also instructed their employers to initiate administrative actions as per its company service policy. On 29th June, following a drug test by the BCAA, a pilot and a female flight attendant of True Care and a male attendant of Bhutan Airlines were tested positive for use of psychoactive substances. Pup Game for BBS News.
Health officials say alcohol consumption in Trashigang has reduced drastically. It is considered a big achievement for the Dzongkhag that topped in alcohol-related diseases a few years ago. The reduction in alcohol consumption is attributed to increased awareness on its health impact. A woman in Kanglung prepares a local spirit but for religious offerings. Earlier, women in the east make home-brewed spirit specially for guests. And this social norm is slowly disappearing.
We never drink or serve alcohol while eating meals, unlike in the past. We just prepare alcohol for offerings and religious rituals. Health officials also told us about health hazards and police explained about laws. We, the people, also said we will not drink, and those who drink said they will reduce the amount.
There were many, but nowadays it has reduced by 100%. It is because of the awareness on television. Earlier, even I used to drink, but I quit since I attended an awareness program where I learned about the harmful effects of alcohol on body and the society.
Local leaders say earlier when there were meetings in the Gyeog, most of the people would come under the influence of alcohol. But now it is rare to see such incidences. In Yangnir Gyeog, about half of the population, which means about 1,500 people, was habituated in drinking. But now it is reduced to about 100 of them.
Hema nga namlo nitong dinlu nga kap tingang sachi bei sejunila.
When I was a gup in 2007, there were many who used to drink. For example, when officials visit the Gyeog, 30% of the people come under the influence of alcohol.
Chai sejunila. Je zumbe juachin de lengkhagi pengkhada te kudin domodo jembe kap tengachi anzum sachi zomdalu te mi jachale chewachin jachale sumchudechidi chanthumbe.
Even during events like religious rituals and gatherings, people are not allowed to take alcohol as gifts in most of the Gyeogs.
There are many individuals who were under the influence of alcohol, and with the awareness program since 2015, it has reduced a lot.
Tashigang Hospital saw about 300 patients last year, while this year only 100 so far.
Those who are under the influence of alcohol, they get sick and get admitted in the hospital. For example, Tashigang Hospital is 40 bedded and sometimes we even cannot accommodate other patients.
Health officials have plans to continue with advocacy across Tashigang to reach the grassroots. For Sringzam in Tashigang, Sharab Dorji for BBS News. People of Serthi and Lori Gyeogs of Samsdongkar are in need of motorable bridges. The Gyeogs are connected to a 60-kilometer farm road from Jumotsanka Dungka. But due to lack of bridges over 4 major rivers, people face problems during the summer.
People no longer have to walk 4 days to reach Lowry and Serthi Gyeogs after a farm road was constructed in 2014. About 25 kilometers of the farm has been blacktopped till Menjiwon. But locals continue to face problems during the summer in absence of motorable bridges. The road, according to the local leaders, remains blocked frequently during the summer due to swollen rivers and streams.
Villagers are requesting for bridges, which is very genuine. If there is a bridge, it will benefit people traveling till Jomotsanka. Besides benefiting people, the bridges will bring many developmental activities here. From Lauri Gyeok till Jomotsanka, we need to cross many rivers. Firstly, we need to cross a river called Zamtari, then Jisamri, Akuri and Fanguri. So we have to cross almost 4 big rivers. But without bridges over these rivers, we face many problems. Even civil servants who come here on official works face problems in the absence of the bridge.
The Department of Roads in Samrup Jonkar said, of the 4 bridges required, 1 bridge is already complete and 2 are under construction. DOR is planning to construct the fourth bridge over Akuri by next year, which is expected to address the problem. Compiled for Kilewanchu in Samrup Jonkar, Yishe Gelson, BBS News.
The number of remaining shepherds in Bumthang are finding it difficult to sustain the number of their flocks. Their sheep constantly fall prey to wolves, bears and stray dogs. Bumthang, once famed for sheep rearing as a source of livelihood, has now less than 12 households who practice it today. This is Shure village of Chumigeok in Bumthang. It is one of the last villages in Bumthang that practice sheep farming today. However, even here, there are just about 30 sheep which belong to 6 farmers. In the past, sheep farming has been the mainstay of the farmers here. Lack of human resource and alternative income sources such as mushroom and cordyceps are also contributing to the decline of this age-old animal husbandry.
Bears, wolves and dogs kill our sheep. So there is no way we can improve and develop our flocks. The other thing is that all the children here go to school and there is no one to look after the sheep. The ones who stay at home are elders. In the past, children used to look after the sheep and horses. Now we can only opt to stray our animals.
Just a few months ago, a tiger on prowl almost killed a cow in the nearby forest. Likewise, a ram provided to the villagers by the National Sheep Breeding Center was killed by stray dogs earlier this year.
It is better these days as the kids are on holiday. Otherwise, even if the wild animals and dogs attack our sheep, there is no other option than to let them get killed. Dogs grab our sheep by their neck and kill them easily. A few years ago, a bear entered our sheepfold and harmed 16 of them.
The National Sheep Breeding Center also provided the farmers with carding, spinning and shredding equipment, but they are hardly being used. About 5 other farmers in Bim village of Chumigeok and Dur of Shokogeok also practice sheep farming on a small scale today. For now, there's little these farmers can do. It seems like it's only a matter of time before each of these sheep eventually go missing from these villages. For Kipchu in Bumthang, Sharup Dorji for BBS News. An outbreak of late blight disease has hampered potato production in Salunachiok under Meonggeok in Thimphu. Farmers fear of incurring loss this year as potato is their main source of income.
According to the farmers, their field should be filled with blooming potato plants at this time. But this year, their fields are filled with weed. The condition is same in almost all the fields in Salunachiok.
Potato is our main cash crop. We have sustained through this cash crop so far. But this year a disease killed our potato which we could not ascertain. The potatoes in the ground are small in size and have no potential to fetch a good price like before. It is going to affect us a lot.
Last year we harvested almost 100 bags of potatoes from this area and sold 60 bags in Finseling. I earned almost 56,000 item, but this year the potatoes dried before it flowered. We don't know what quality and how much we can harvest this time. The ones we checked are all small in size. We produced 3 different sizes of potatoes, but this year we can harvest the medium-sized potatoes only.
There was continuous sunshine for almost 3 weeks last month, and trees along with the crops started drying in our village. Following that drought-like situation, all potatoes and wheat in our community were infected with diseases towards the end of 4th Bhutanese month. The potatoes flowered during the 5th month, so we are worried now. Even the highest potatoes producer will not be able to produce even a half-decent report.
We don't understand about the disease which is dying our potatoes. We are sure that we will not able to earn even 20,000 itum this year. Actually, we sell our potatoes in Thimphu and Phinsiling and manage a year's food stock. But we are worried this year. We are worried that it will not be enough to recover the cost of seed.
People started growing potato about a decade ago and have now become the main source of cash income. Before that, people grew only wheat. Meanwhile, the Geog Agriculture Extension Officer says the assessment report has been submitted to the Dzongkhag Agriculture Office. This is Chenga Doji for BBS News.
Agriculture officials consider the spring paddy cultivation in Khamdang Chewok in Samru Dzongkha a success. Harvesting has already begun and some 5,000 kilograms of grains were collected.
Paddy was cultivated in 95 acres of land in March. 3 months later, it is lush green paddy fields ready for harvest. Farmers have already started harvesting spring paddy. Machines were used to help farmers, making the process less time-consuming and laborious. Paddy was harvested from almost 7 acres of fields in the last 10 days.
From the beginning itself, we decided that all the seeds and materials required will be provided by the Agriculture Ministry. The work will be done by the Farm Machinery Corporation and villagers provided land. So 20% of the produce will be given to villagers and the rest will be taken by the corporation to sell and make income.
The 66 households gave their land for the ministry's initiative for spring paddy cultivation. Farmers here had stopped growing spring paddy almost 2 decades ago because of labor shortage and lack of other facilities. But the idea is giving some hope to the farmers now.
I think we can cultivate twice by growing summer paddy. We can cultivate Khamti now. Though we have to work more, the returns will be better. From next year, I'm planning to do it myself.
This year, the seeds for the spring paddy were provided late. Even then, we are planning to cultivate summer paddy this month. We will also cultivate Khamti variety, which can be transplanted in August.
I think we can cultivate twice a year. If we work hard, we are able to earn more. If we cultivate spring paddy on time, we will be able to cultivate summer paddy too. This year we cultivated spring paddy a little late, but we can cultivate Khamti variety now.
About 32 metric tons of rice equivalent to 4 truckloads is expected to be harvested this time. Agriculture Ministry plans to start spring paddy cultivation in other geogs as well from next year. For Kilawanchu in Samru Dzongkhar, Pemanamge, BBS News.
That's all we have for you this week. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, this is Sharab Dorji saying goodbye.